Hello and welcome to Wild Owl TV. Now, one of the great things about a wildlife garden is that you never know what's going to turn up when you're just busy in yourself. Now, I'm in the garage doing a few cycling related things, and as I went back into the house to get something, I looked down the garden, the light's on, and there's a badger down there feeding, and it's only 11:20. So I'll show you. I think he's still out there. I had to move very slowly, but I'll just show you where he is. I'm going to just pop the light off a second. So there we go. Now, not that long ago, the badgers were coming down the garden at, well, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. And this one, as you can see, is helping himself to the peanuts. Now, what I do is I lay a trail. It's just so funny. Look at the way he's got his head with the lid on top of his head. So something spooked him. I don't think that was me. He'll be back. Badgers love peanuts, and the draw of the peanuts is going to bring this badger back, I promise you. There he comes. I knew he'd be back. What's he up to now? What I do know is that he's going to be coming down the garden path once he's finished with those peanuts, because I've laid peanuts all the way down to the garden. So it's raining at the moment, and the worms will be poking their head up through the lawn in that badger, be grabbing them if he finds them, but most of what he's picking up at the moment is peanuts, and he's going to be coming down my way because I've sprinkled them in different places. As you can see, my moth trap is on down there, which is something I'm doing most nights. It's sort of under the cover of the pergola down in the bottom corner. There was a Hebrew character moth in there when I checked just now. I think that's the same moth I keep catching. There he's over by the tree at the moment, because what I try and do is I try and put peanuts in different places so that if badgers come, the second lot of badgers come in, or a second badger, the first one hasn't got everything, because of course I want them to keep coming back. I wonder where he is at the moment. He's got his head down, I'm sure. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk towards the fence and just see if we can demonstrate what poor eyesight badgers have got, because I've no doubt if he's there, he'll keep walking down towards me. There he is. He's just on the lawn. As I thought. I'm just going to move out out the way here. Just going to stand in the corner. I'm just here by the door at the moment. Just going to stand in the corner and see what happens. Because there he is. Now there's one badger that will come down to the dish on the decking, and there's another that won't. And I don't know which one this is now. Right, just here where I am on the decking, there's a dish just down there, and that dish is the second helping. So this badger's on the lawn now. I'm gonna have to keep very quiet here and very still. There's a few peanuts over there. It's such a privilege to have an animal like this in the garden. These badgers come in regularly. I'm just wondering whether he's going to spot me at some time. He's very nervous. The tree's about 20 feet away from me at the moment. They search out every single peanut. Just behind the fence at the moment. He's only about 15 feet away from me. And this animal is so intent on getting peanuts, he's not at all worried about much else, because he's never really seen anybody in the garden. Coming through the... There he comes. Oh, that was the other side. This is very interesting, this animal. Some of them make a beeline for the dish on the decking. And this one, I'm not sensing it's going to do that, I don't know. Having a good old search around. They go for every single peanut they can. They won't miss a single peanut. So, this looks like this might be badger that doesn't come down to the deck, and he's just there at the moment by the tree. See him. While he's down there, I'm just going to move the chair, because if he does come back up, we'll get a better view. This is really exciting. He's still down there. question is, will he come up to the decking? You never know. And if he does, this bowl, there's my hand and there's the bowl just there. Now, what's going to happen? Just get you back down on the action down here. It could be. He's going over to the wildlife area now. Now, at this time of year, I'm going to have to keep one eye on the badger, obviously. At this time of year, there's a lot of frogs in the garden, and there's newts, and they're making their way to the pond. And anything like that this badger will find, he'll probably gobble them up. So it's a bit of a dangerous time if you're a newt, if there's badgers coming into a wildlife garden like this one. But like I've said many times before, the light's just gone out, so I can't just see them down there. Like I said before, when you have a garden that is wild and left for wildlife in a carefully managed way, you'll get all sorts of animals coming in. Now, peanuts draw the badgers in, but when they finish eating the peanuts, they will also start going across to the rough area where there's all sorts of wood and rough grass, and they'll be eating all sorts of invertebrates and worms and slugs and all things like that over in those areas. So it isn't just about feeding these animals, it's also about giving them an environment where they feel very much at home and they can find natural food as well, because peanuts are nice, but they can't live on peanuts. They need to have natural food as well. Just to have a little look back round and see. Now the security light's just gone back off, but it could come back on if the badger comes back into view. Now I'm having to whisper and it's the time now, 11:30, so as I say, it's still quite early for these badgers. Generally they're not in until after midnight, but we had one in the garden about 9:30, I think, not that long ago. I can hear the jingle of a cat's bell. I know what cat that is. I wish badgers would eat cats. Yeah. So what I think I'm going to do here, I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to cut this film and I'll come back to you in a moment. Right then, hello again to Wild Owl TV. Now I've been sat there waiting to see if the badger's going to come back, and it hasn't yet, and I suspect that's the badger that doesn't come down to the decking. But I'm going to go out there now. I've got a strong torch. I'm just going to see if he's just meandering around in the rough area. Okay, so it's possibly gone, but we'll go and have a look. And as I suspected, let's get that round on me, as I suspected, this badger has actually left the garden, but this is what it came in for. So there's the bowl, and as you can see, he's knocked the top off the bowl and helped himself to the peanuts. But I've got another bowl down there, and it's actually funny because what you can do with wildlife, sorry I'm messing about the camera, holding a torch at the same time, what you can do with wildlife is you can often tell individuals by their behaviour. And one of the things that I find with the badgers is, like I said to you earlier on, there's a badger that will come and it will only go to the feeder at the top. So it's not realised that there's actually more food down by the house. And what I tend to do, if I wanted to educate this particular badger, I would run a definite trail of peanuts all the way down the garden path, up to the decking and up to the bowl where I've got the second helping. But I'm not doing that because that badger's been and gone and he's polished off all the peanuts in the bowl and the peanuts on the lawn. But when the next badger comes in, which they will, because they often come in ones, funny enough, sometimes in pairs, and three is about the most I've ever seen. Was it 4? Might be 3 or 4, but they usually come in singles. And the next one will come in, he'll see that the other's been in, but then he'll carry on down the garden, and he'll just keep looking over my shoulder, just in case he comes back, and he'll know that this bowl is there. So that's what he'll do. Now, just while we're here, one of the things I've had to do, I'm just going to keep looking over there, is watch where I'm treading, because it's the time of year now where we have lots of frogs, and it's raining at the moment. I'm getting rather wet doing this, but there are lots of frogs in the pond, as you can see, and of course most of them are in pairs because it's that time of year. So we're going to be having, spawning hasn't started yet, and of course it's going to get cold, so it's quite likely that they'll wait until after this cold spell. While we're on the subject, let's have a quick look inside here. There in there, he's already been in there by the look of it. That's where the wood mouse often goes. So a little more. It's the first opportunity I've had this year to have a little wander around the pond and sort of show anything that might be there. So I'm just keeping an eye on the corner of the garden, because they always come in the same place, and I've been caught out before. I did notice, you see those holes down there? That, I think, is wood mouse holes. Don't think it's badger. If you hear me swear, it's because a badger's just come back in. Again, being very careful where I tread. So, all sorts of things happening in this pond at the moment. Not easy to show you much actually at the moment, but like I say, there are lots of frogs around the garden. So, I think we've overstayed our welcome here, and it's time for me to go to bed. So I'm just tripping over things on the lawn here, can't see what I'm doing. So thanks for watching Wild Owl TV, something a little bit different, and well, badgers, just fantastic. If I had the right sort of house, I'd do a badger watch, and I'm sure lots of people would want to come on that, because it's not everywhere that you can actually see badgers in a garden in Yate. There are places, but I'm one of the lucky ones that has them coming in my garden. So I hope you enjoyed sharing that badger with me, because it's all about the sharing. And even though you might not get badgers, there's still lots and lots of things you can do. And when it gets nicer, I promise you, we'll be able to get you connected with things like wood mice. They might not be a badger, but the wood mice are fantastic. They're great fun. So thanks for watching Wild Owl TV. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.